And the Spurs are off to their greatest start ever. For the first time in franchise history, they start an NBA season 5-0.
What's going on, guys? My name is Milos, and I really wanted to talk about what's going on with Victor Wembanyama. Now, Victor Wembanyama is showing us that he is a top 3 player and arguably the best player in this league right now. I think that's not a debate when you really think about what's going on in the NBA. You have a guy out in the East, Giannis, who's been putting up ridiculous numbers. Nikola Jokic has been doing what he's doing. SGA has been a guy who's a scoring wizard, has just been putting on scoring masterclasses. But when you look at Victor Wembanyama is on the level of those guys offensively, but defensively is where he separates himself from a lot of these guys. Defensively, he's already the best defensive player in the league right now. Arguably, I would make a case if he's on this pace of how he's playing defensively, he can make the case to be the best defensive player of all time. Wemby right now is looking very scary. I saw the game against Miami and the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs won that game, but there was a little bit of competition and they had to fight for that game. Throughout the whole 3 quarters, I would say it was like neck and neck close. And I think Wemby kind of struggled in the first half. I think Miami focused on keeping him out of the paint. And the Spurs guards weren't getting him the ball as much as I think they should have. They had to do a bunch of figuring out. Bam was dominant in that game. He had 32 points. But they started to figure out how to deal with the Miami defense. The Spurs were very good later on, especially in the fourth quarter. You have a guy, Keldon Johnson, who just came in. He's kind of like an Energizer bunny, almost like a Draymond, but like a better kind of scorer to me, in a sense, if that makes any sense. He came in, caused havoc. Dylan Harper, he's a guy consistently through these 5 games. He's shown me that he's going to give you 14 to 16 points along with 5 to 6 assists per game. As a driver, as a person who can get downhill, he's very good at doing that. He's one of the best guards that I've seen get downhill. Stephon Castle, another guy who offensively has upped his game a lot, is averaging around 18 points. But defensively, he's continued to be a defensive presence as a guard. I think he's going to push to make an all-defensive team the way he's playing. So the crew that Victor Wembanyama has around him, they're a recipe for success. They're a recipe for success because there are a bunch of guards that are just going to get him the ball and let him go to work. He doesn't really have to take the responsibility of bringing up the ball, even though as a 7'5" monster, he can, because his handle is so great. His handle's tight. He can shoot the ball well, but he doesn't have to take on that responsibility of bringing up the ball and initiating the offense and getting guys involved. He just has to run up the court, and they're going to get him the ball because he's so tall, because of his wingspan, because of what he can do offensively. Now, again, like I mentioned before, he struggled in the first half, but in the second half, he was able to get it going. The guards put him in good position to score the basketball, especially in the paint. He gave Bam some troubles. Bam scored more points than him. He had 32 points, but Victor Wembanyama had 27 points, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 blocks. As like an all-around player, even though Bam scored like 5 more points than him, for the entirety of the game, Victor Wembanyama showed his dominance on the offensive side and defensive side, again, like I was mentioning. Like 5 blocks and 18 rebounds is an absolutely, that's like Wilt kind of numbers. Like, I don't think there's many people that are doing that. Wemby is showing me that he is the future GOAT because of these numbers that he's giving us right now. And he doesn't look like he's slowing down at any point. Now, I only know it's been 5 games in the NBA regular season, but these 5 games, I think we've been shown a lot about what kind of player Victor Wembanyama is going to be. And we've been shown that there's not anyone that can really stop him from what he's doing right now. Now, you're going to have nights where he's going to still figure it out because he's young, just like the Miami Heat night. But even when he's figuring it out, like what he's going to do against the team, he's still dominant. He's still dominant. It's just, I don't know what you do with that. And I saw a very interesting stat. Through the first 120 games, he's got more points than LeBron James. He has more blocks than Hakeem. He has more three-point shots than Steph Curry in the first 120 games of his career. So when we talk about Wemby, we're not talking about just how good he is defensively. We're talking about how good he is in terms of transition. We're talking about his shooting ability. We're talking about his handle. We're talking about him able to rebound the ball. We're talking about his scoring ability. I mean, literally every single part of his game is elite, and the league is going to have to deal with that for years to come. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. I think I just had to talk about Wemby just a little bit more because it's just like, it's unfathomable what I'm seeing. It's almost like I'm almost speechless talking about him just because what he's been able to do, I've just never seen from a player ever. So again, y'all let me know your thoughts. And until next time, guys, I'll see y'all later. Milos out. Peace.
Yeah, we ready for the next one. We can't wait to be in front of the best fans in the whole wide world.